do you want to, how did this idea come about? Like, what was your inspiration behind this?
I wanted to create a movie where it had a small cast of characters, and they were constantly like leaning on each other, affecting each other's space, their choices.
That does work better.
Affecting each other's space, their choices, trying to gain or win approval of each other. So that's what inspired me to make it.
And when did you start writing the script?
2009.
2009. And when was it shot?
2009.
I gotta ask the geeky camera question before we ask you guys for questions. What did you shoot it on? The cinematography is
We
gorgeous.
shot on the Red camera at 4K.
Oh, it does look gorgeous. Yes, looks gorgeous. Yeah. Amazing.
We shot in 2009. Not many people had used the Red camera, and we shot on the Red camera. And now you see the Red camera everywhere. Like Social Network was shot on the Red camera.
Yeah.
Like any big studio movie that you see now was shot on the Red camera, or there's a good chance it was.
Yeah. Any questions that you guys might have?
What are you doing next?
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy it again tomorrow at 2:15. No, my wife and I have never been to London, and we're just taking it in.
Yeah.
And then I'm finishing a script called Precursor.
Right.
It's about a man who cannot sleep, and he finds out that he's dreaming that he has insomnia.
Great movie, by the way.
Oh, thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
I was just curious about the music. How did you? It's obviously plays a really strong role. And how did you have a clear vision of the music?
Well, there's so much talking in the movie.
It's very talky.
No, I knew what visuals that we were looking for, and I knew the music would play a huge part. So I called the best person that I thought I could call. And his name is Ben Lucas Boysen, and he is from Berlin.
Hey!
And he is right there. I literally called him, I sent him the movie, and I got out of his way. And he called me or emailed me back or said, hey, I have stuff, and we would check it out. We worked on it for like 6 months. But really the win for me was just calling the right person. And then I just got out of his way, and he did a fantastic job.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Sure did.
And how did you come to that determination he was the right person?
Well, he does great work. He had done lots of albums. I saw a short film that he did, and it had the same. You could see the potential of the two, of his work and this work, like lining up. And he was #1 on my list. And I just called him, and he's from Berlin, and we're from Texas, so we just did Skype. So like basically, it's the power of the internet. And today is the first time we've actually ever met.
Wow.
Like face to face. So we live in a new age. So, anyone else? Mariana Palka Jeva is here today. She's right there.
Hey, come on down. It'd be great to meet you. Do you mind?
Please, please. And Mariana had done a movie called Good Dick, and it was at Sundance. Fantastic. And I had never made a movie before, and I called her, and she read the script, and she came to Texas, and she was absolutely fearless.
Europe, you do too.
Please ask her.
In Europe.
Ask her anything, please. She's a Scottish actress, and she has a little bit of an accent. And when she came to Texas, she just stopped talking. Is it Scottish?
Yeah, with a Scottish accent.
She just stopped, and she was Texas the whole time through. And then when her part wrapped, she started back to her normal dialect, and it freaked the crew out.
Because when I was speaking on and off camera, I was using a Texas accent the whole time, so the whole crew thought I was from Houston. And I think they were a little bit betrayed, actually, because Jeremiah and Lindy and her family were really the only people who knew that I was from Scotland.
Yeah, and my wife's mother is from Texas, and she has like the thickest accent possible. So we just put the two around each other. Or like, listen to her.
Yeah, I was copying Lindy's mother's accent, like, to a T.
I mean, it's
she was talking to me about, like, the chickens and her farm when she was growing up and stuff. was really fun. And I shot a shotgun, which wasn't in the movie, but that was just part of being in Texas.
Yes, so we had an off day, and I went to go work on set, and I come back, and she's with my wife's family and the other cast, and they're shooting shotguns. I was like, this is awesome for SAG.
Yeah, it was good for SAG, for insurance.
Can I do another question?
Please.
When we've got a film that doesn't have a lot of dialogue, and I assume that in the script there's a lot of the space in between the talking, there's a lot of acting, but the space where you don't have dialogue, is that all kind of in the script? Does the actors, or do you actually encourage the actors to emote something in those spaces?
A sound designer had a great quote. He said, "I don't think anyone in this movie asked how things are going, because everybody knows it's going bad." You know, and this situation, this stressful environment, I don't know what they would be saying to each other. But the words that I think you didn't need words to have a great performance. So.
Perhaps it's beyond words. They've got to that point. It's beyond words anyway.
Yeah.
They're looking at each other. There's nothing more to say, is there? It's just the emotions.
But I'm fascinated with. I call them foreign films because I'm from Texas. But I made this film for this audience. This isn't a car chase movie, and nothing against car chase movies. I like them, but there's so many. To me, foreign films they're just great thinkers. You have to think for yourself. You're not spoon fed. It's just not all this filibuster. You let them. You just get out of their way and let them act.
Yeah.
So where else is the movie played or playing?
It played in California. We had our North American premiere in California, and then this was our UK premiere.
Right.
And then it'll be at New Hampshire next week, and then it'll be at Austin Film Festival the week after.
Yeah. And beyond that, you don't know yet?
Don't know yet. We kicked off for October, then we'll see what happens in November and so forth.
Cool.
When I actually, just to comment on your question, when I read the script, Jeremiah had written stuff in the action that was so obviously tragic. Like there would be beats in the action that were so desperate and sad that I think that was really like the basis for us in rehearsal when we were working on it as actors to sort of fill in those moments even more. But that stuff was already in the script. It's kind of like Trojan Women or something like that. It's this tragedy the whole time.
And for the record, she's like the happiest person I've ever met.
I have a positive outlook on life.
Like she is like, this might sound, she's like annoyingly happy. She's like very, very happy. So she's had a good job.
But it's not a particularly stressful film to watch. I didn't find I was getting stressed out by it. It's quite slow in the pace, and it's tension. There's plenty of tension there, but it's not really making you too anxious, which is because sometimes you can walk away and feel quite not disturbed, but a little depressed perhaps because you've just been rinsed basically. Your emotions are being rinsed, but I didn't really get that feeling. It's more of a has a thriller pace and suspense about it.
Yeah. It's my first film, so
Even
you
if it
learn
had
a lot.
really tragic outcome for the mother and son,
Sure.
I didn't feel that.
But some people argue exactly like what happened. Like, there's the gunshot at the end, but depending upon who you are and what you believe from or take from the movie, people have a different ending. So they all have their own stand.
Sorry, one question. The book, when she picked up the little piece of wood behind the bed, was that something that you were open for the audience to work out what they thought it was, or was there an actual specific?
Well, I always understood that as a moment where because she's been marking every time her husband beats her on this board, and she has her own way, so that's her way of kind of, Jeremiah and I talked about it as her way of kind of staying sane, like somehow marking time.
Right.
And she's cleaning her son's room in that scene, and finds that he has done the same thing because he saw her doing it one time.
Yeah.
And so the fact that that he's been marking time too devastates her to more of a degree than she already was, just with her own board like that. Like his board is so sweet in a way. It's a little sadder. My mom and my stepdad are here from Scotland. And it was so good because I was sitting next to my mum the whole time and she was really upset.
And I have never met him before, and I ran into him today in London.
Yeah.
They had
were
tickets in
bumped
their
into
hand,
each
and I
other.
said, "Hey, what are you gonna watch?" She's like, "Restive." I was like, "Why are you gonna watch Restive?" She's like, "My daughter's in it." And I was like, "I know your daughter."
But you guys are lucky. They're such lucky people to bump into each other in London. It's so sad.
Such a small town.
Yeah.
People do it all
Thank
the
you.
time.
Just like Crawford.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time
Yeah,
to
thank
share a
you,
movie
guys.
with us and watch it on a Tuesday night. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank
Yeah, yeah, great.
Thanks for having us.
And those of you who are not related to the filmmakers, please go home on your Twitter and your Facebook and say stuff, because that's how films like this get out there. So good. Well done, you two.
And then and Rain Dance is proof that it does happen. Like, we didn't know anyone from Texas. We just took a permanent marker wrote it on our livelihood, and then just put it in the mail, and they called back. So like it does, like it's just proof that the system does work, because it can be very competitive and very discouraging.
Well, we had about 1,800 features come in from all around the world, so
So we're very happy to be here. Thank you.
good. Thank you.